Hi, my name is Tammy Ivins, and I'm going to be your professor for this section of LIB 103. I'm the Transfer Student Services Librarian at UNC Wilmington. I got my undergraduate degree at Davidson College here in North Carolina and my master's in library science degree at UNC Chapel Hill. Go North Carolina! As a librarian, of course, I enjoy research, so I'm excited to be presenting this class to you. My personal research interests include digital librarianship and instructional technology, so I particularly enjoy teaching this class online. This will be an asynchronous class, which means we will not have regular meeting times. You won't have to log into Blackboard at 1 p.m. every Tuesday for a meeting or any of that nonsense. Instead, you'll be able to work on the content at your own speed within each week. For us, a week is going to be Monday through Sunday. That is, the content will begin each Monday, and assignments for the week are due the following Sunday at midnight, and the next week begins Monday morning, etc. The content will be entirely here on Blackboard, so let's take a look at how the course is arranged using the left-hand navigation. The first thing on the list is announcements. This will be your default landing page when you go to the class on Blackboard, and this is exactly what it sounds like, announcements, where I will post reminders of content that's coming up, any changes to the schedule, etc., etc. Underneath that, you're a professor. That's where you can get some information about me and how you can reach me. Next, the syllabus and the schedule. Again, exactly what it sounds like. Come here for the class syllabus and schedule. Please look carefully at these. The syllabus contains all the information about the class, including policies and requirements. The schedule is a detailed week-by-week schedule for the entire semester, including deadlines for all assignments and projects. Weekly content. This is where you're going to spend the majority of your time in this class. Here you'll find individual modules for each week of the semester. For example, let's go to week 2. Inside this module, you'll find a variety of learning content that you're responsible for reading, watching, and absorbing before the end of the week. At the bottom are the assignments that are in projects that are due this week. Remember, each week runs Monday through Sunday, so all assignments for each week will be due at midnight that Sunday. And this weekly content page highlights all the assignments that are due each week. The only exception is going to be our final exam, which is not due at Sunday at midnight, but due on a different day. Now, speaking of those assignments, there are 4 different types of assignments and projects you're going to be responsible for over the course of the semester. All of these will be completed individually. There are no group assignments in this course, and so collaboration on assignments is not allowed. The assignments and projects are listed in the weekly modules when they are due, but you can also access them individually in the left-hand navigation of Blackboard. The first type of assignments is simply called assignments. There are going to be 10 of these over the course of the semester. There are a couple of different types of assignments, but the majority of them are going to require you to type in answers to questions. Please note that you're able to access these assignments multiple times. This is not a click on it once and you have to submit your answers right away type of thing. You're able to open the assignment, look at the questions, work on the assignment, and then come back to put in your answers later. Remember, technical issues are not acceptable for missing a deadline. This includes if Blackboard closes while you're answering the assignments and your answers are lost. So, when you are working on these assignments, I highly recommend that you look at the assignment first, then type your answers into a Word document or some other type of thing that you can save regularly. Then copy and paste your answers into the assignment submission forms. Now you'll notice that in the syllabus I say no copying from other sources. That's different. Copying and pasting from other sources is plagiarism and will be treated as a violation of the Campus Honor Code. If you're caught doing that, you will receive a 0 for the assignment and further steps will be taken. However, you're perfectly able to copy and paste your own work, say from a Word document, into Blackboard. That's fine, as long as it's your own work and your own writing. Now, in addition to these 10 assignments, the next type of project you'll see are journal entries. You'll have 6 journals that you are responsible for over the course of the semester. Again, these will appear in the weekly modules each week, but you can access all of them at once through the left-hand navigation. These journals will be short responses of at least 250 words on a given topic. Sometimes for these topics you will have short additional readings to do. The next type of assignment you'll see are tests. There are 3 tests over the course of the semester. The first one is going to be a very short quiz on the course syllabus and schedule. That's also here in your first week's assignments. The other 2 tests are much more rigorous. Now, you have to remember that unlike the assignments, these tests are one-time access. When you click and start taking these tests, you must complete them in one sitting. These tests are open book. That is to say, you can use any of the course materials on the Blackboard page, you can use your own notes from this course, and you may use library websites. However, you can only use those sources as references. You may not directly copy and paste from those sources in order to answer the questions. You may also not consult with fellow classmates during the test. Doing either of those things is a violation of the honor code, and again, you will receive a 0 and further action will be taken. The last type of assignment or project you're going to see is the final project. Now please note the final project is worth almost half of your entire grade. So this is important. This final project is so big that we've divided into 8 smaller parts that are going to be due over the course of the semester. And I hope that you'll find this final project interesting. For this final project, you are going to invent a scenario in which you are preparing for a professional event. Some examples of professional events are looking for a job, preparing for an interview, presenting at a conference, or traveling for work. Assume for this scenario that you know nothing about this event that you're having to participate in. So, you are going to have to do research to prepare. For example, if you're going to give a presentation that's part of a job interview, you would have to prepare by researching the presentation topic, researching the company, etc. If you were traveling to a city for a professional conference, you are going to have to research information about that location, about the conference you're attending, etc. So for this assignment, you will discuss how you would do that pre-event research for your imagined scenario. Deliverables for this project in the end will be an annotated bibliography of 11 sources, a 10-minute presentation describing how you did that research and the sources you found, and a flyer summarizing your research. So please do go to the final project section and read over the project description and grading rubric. It's an exciting project that will be a lot of work, but we've tried to make it as easy as possible by breaking it down into these 8 small pieces that will appear in the weekly content each week that they're due. Lastly, at the very bottom of the Blackboard navigation, you will find a link to a Blackboard tutorial, a place to get technical support for computer questions, Blackboard questions, or other technical issues, and a direct link to UNC-W's Randall Library webpage. Underneath that is a link to access your grades and other course tools. We have tried hard to design this Blackboard course to be as intuitive as possible so you can spend your time learning. Please note that at first glance there may appear to be more assignments for this class than a normal in-person class. That's because many of these assignments you are responsible for doing on your own in our class would normally be done in a class together if this were an in-person class. And that's one of the reasons why online classes are a heavy time commitment. Oftentimes, students actually find online classes to be more time consuming and challenging than an in-person class because you are responsible for self-teaching and time management. By taking this online class, you are demonstrating a strong commitment to your education and to self-discipline. I admire your dedication and your commitment to your education, and I can't wait to work with you this semester. Please know that I am available to help you with your questions or simply to discuss course content. As I mentioned under the Your Professor section, there's information how to contact me. Email is really the best way to get in touch with me because I'm not always in my office. If you email me, please include LIB103 in the subject line of the email because I try to answer student emails first, and that'll help make sure I do that. Also, please note that my turnaround time for email is usually less than 12 hours. So if it's been longer than that without you hearing from me, please send me another email because your first email must have gone lost in my spam queue. I usually work Monday through Friday during the day, so I often unplug after 6 p.m. So please keep that in mind when planning your schedule and when you need to contact me. Oftentimes, I'll be able to answer your email directly, but sometimes I may suggest that we schedule an appointment to talk some more, or you can feel free to just request an appointment to talk with me. For the appointment, you are welcome to come to my office in the library if you are local, or we can talk on the phone. Or we can also talk using Skype or Google Hangouts. I greatly enjoy doing that because then I can share my computer screen with you virtually and more easily talk you through any issues. Or you can share your screen with me and show me exactly where you may be running into problems or have a question. Well, that is your overview of this class. We have a busy and exciting semester ahead of us. I hope that you both enjoy the class and learn a great deal from it. Have a great semester.